to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Bhupendra Dahal, and my dear faculty members and my dear colleagues, faculty member participants from other colleges also. We welcome you. On the behalf of Department of CSE and CSE AML, I extend heartfelt welcome to all of you to the day 2 session of our FDP on AI tools in education. We are truly honored to have with us Mr. Bhupendra Dahal, a lead AI consultant and AI trainer at Puri Technology, as a resource person for the session. Mr. Bhupendra Dahal is a distinguished technology leader and AI entrepreneur with over 18 years of international experience in architecting and delivering high impact solutions for Fortune 500 organizations as well as pioneering AI startups. He has successfully led complex and mission critical projects for global organizations such as Amazon, American Express, PNC Bank, United Health Group across highly regulated domains including technology, finance, and banking healthcare. As a lead AI consultant at Pori Technology, Bhupendra Sir plays a key role in translating strategic AI vision into robust, scalable, and production ready AI solutions, enabling organizations to achieve measurable business impact through artificial intelligence. He brings deep hands on expertise in AI, machine learning, generative AI, LLM models, agentic systems, and modern cloud platforms. Sir is also recognized AI trainer and educator, having delivered generative AI training programs for corporate professionals, university students, and faculty members. His training initiates include corporate Gen AI foundation programs, career readiness workshops, and FDPs with a strong focus on bridging the gap between theoretical AI concepts and real world implementations. His core areas of experts include AI strategy and technical road mapping, innovation and rapid prototyping, MVP, and AI product development, enterprise AI implementation, intelligence automation, AI powered chatbots, and data driven analytic platforms. He is proficient in modern AI toolchain, including Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, LangChain, Hugging Face, and AWS cloud infrastructure. He is known for delivering highly practical and hands on learning experiences. A key strength of Mr. Bhupendra Dahal is his ability to transform AI ideas into market ready products. He has architected and launched multiple AI platforms and solutions spanning enterprise AI gateways, education technology platforms, productive analytical tools, AI content creation systems, and intelligence automation workflow, demonstrating strong alignment with innovation, entrepreneurship, and industries. On behalf of management, principal, faculty, and Department of CSE and CSE AML, we extend a warm and respectful welcome to Mr. Bhupendra Dahal and look forward to an insightful and enriching session for this FTP. Once again, I welcome all faculty participants. Thank you for your involvement and active participation. Thanks you once again. And over to you, sir. Welcome once again, sir.
Okay, thank you, Shweta ma'am. So I will share my camera so at least you all can see me once.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This
Good
is
morning, sir.
Bhupendra here. And and I think you already mentioned so many things about me. So I'll just share my screen and give brief intro, just few liners for me, and then I'll set the agenda, and then we'll start the session. Is it all right?
Yeah, good to go, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Let me share. Okay. So I think you already told me too many things about me, but mostly on highlight level, I have 18 years experience in IT industry. I worked more than decade in US and around 8 years in India. My mainly focus areas are Gen AI, LLMs, AI workflow automation. I'm also writing a book for BPV publication, which is for practical generative AI with ChatGPT. Half of the book is done. I'm planning to roll out by this June or July. I do a lot of AI consulting, mainly with Puri Technologies. I also am a founder and CTO of my own company, which is Strategic Technologies. And I also do some more consulting where I work as a CTO and other roles. So I have a lot of expertise in Gen AI area. So I would encourage you to ask as many questions as you want. As part of this presentation, first we will go through whatever agenda is set up for this session. So this I anyway have to cover, but also I have a plan to be more interactive. Also, I will cover some of the tools over here. And you can feel free to ask me any question, stop me anytime. So that way it will be like more valuable for everyone. And thanks everyone for joining here. Looking forward for an interactive session. Okay. So we'll start with some questions. So how many of you at least have used some AI tools, right? So we will start from there. Oh, so anybody like ChatGPT or Claude or any Magic School or any tool? Okay, yeah, let's go with someone. So Bhavya, you can tell us. So Sweta, can anyone talk, or how do we enable the mic in case we want?
Hello, is it?
Can you enable mic
Can
of like some people who have raised their hand? So I just wanted to take an understanding how
yeah,
much.
yeah, will allow, sir. Thank
Mm. Can we unmute them, some of the people who have raised hand? How do I do that?
So we are enabling it, sir, trying to do it. Yeah.
Okay, sure, sure. I just want
Yeah,
it to be interactive. Otherwise, I will
yeah.
just keep
It's
on
doing,
talking.
sir. It's up.
Okay.
Bhavyashri ma'am, please unmute your microphone and talk. Gen Z, see. We have enabled it. Please go on. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. We have enabled. They can talk now
Okay.
by unmuting by themselves. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, let's start. So Jancy, you want to go first?
Yes, sir. They were posting it in chat, sir. You can see
Oh,
the
okay.
answers. Yeah, yeah.
Chat is not loading here.
Very, 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 very. Puri technology. గుర్తుందా డిఫరెన్సెస్ కనీసం మినిమం 5 పాయింట్స్ గుర్తుండాలి. Hi, sir. Is everything fine? You can carry on.
No, I was trying to talk, right? So my chats are not refreshing, so I cannot see what people are typing.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. So how do we do, Shweta? So it seems like uh, we are not able to
Chats you're
hear.
not able, sir, chat you're not able to see?
Yeah, can you see my screen? So I am sharing, I think.
No, sir, not yet. Please share the screen.
Let's see.
Yeah, now we're able to see the screen, sir.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, it says we are having trouble loading your messages.
Okay. Maybe network issue.
Okay, anyway, I will start for now, but
Yes,
it
sir,
will be
please.
monotonous when I keep on talking. But okay, but let's try that way. And let me know
Okay.
when my screen is not visible. I will reshare if it sometimes goes away.
Yeah, I'll let you know, sir, if it is any difference.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, sir. Over to you.
yeah, sure, it's all right. So I just wanted to start the session. So there will be many tools which I will go through. I initially had planned for going through these three tools, but I think I will be sharing more tools information. I think yesterday we had a good session with Prerit sir. Uh, in using any AI tool, the most important part is how you interact with that AI tool. And most of the time we use it using prompt. So prompt is nothing but the way how we talk to AI tools. Mostly we write natural language things, and based of that process, the AI tools give us any response. So this one we have to be very sure whenever we are writing any prompt. This is just a basic thing which I always make sure. Rather than just writing, for example, create a lesson plan for thermodynamics or any topic you want, you have to give some other information, like create a 90-minute lessons for the first law of thermodynamics, giving some more context. This seems like a very usual thing, but most of the time, what I have seen, people are not using this properly. So if you do not give more context, more specific task which you want to do, you also have to specify constraints and all. Also the output format, do you want in a document format, do you want in a JSON format, and if you want in a some heading or subheading format, those all things, if we specify, these AI tools used to give us good result. So first I will show you some example of like weak prompt and strong prompt. This is something we have to know. Even though we will be using many tools, the way of interacting to any tools is using prompt. So this is the first thing. I think Prarit sir might have discussed this in yesterday's class. So I'll try to give some practical examples which we all can understand how to use any AI tool. So like these, I hope my screen is visible. So whenever you write these kind of simple one-liner prompt, they will never give you good result. So these are called weak prompts. So if I'm using Chat GPT over here. So this will create something, right? Now, one thing to notice nowadays with each new upgrade of any LLM, I hope everybody knows what LLM is. It's a large language model. So they can respond mostly in text format, but there are some models which can respond in uh, audio or image and also video. And nowadays, there are many models which supports more than one form of input. Like they support text input, they support image input, they also somewhat support video input, and they can generate different kind of output. It can be text, image, or video. So these tools have evolved a lot in last 2 years. When we initially started using from, I think I got access to ChatGPT November 2022, and I was very amazed. It was able to write so many things, which probably I was not able to write it properly most of the time. But it was bad in many things. For example, hallucination was there. Still, hallucination is there. What does hallucination mean? It simply means it will create something which is not present. So if you ask something like some invention of some equipment or some machine, it may tell you confidently that this equipment was developed by this guy on this year. It may or may not be correct. So these kind of tools were hallucinating a lot in last couple of years, but I have seen a great progress in last 3 to 4 months. So you will find less and less hallucination problem. So even though this prompt was very vague, it was able to create at least some of the information based on its knowledge. And as we discussed, these tools are evolving day by day. So like people like OpenAI, Gemini, which is from Google, or Anthropic, they are putting billions of dollars just to train these models. And training these models is very difficult. It needs a lot of time, it needs a lot of data, and it needs a lot of computation, also energy, and it all involves a lot of cost, right? So, okay. But if you want to create a strong prompt for this kind of thing, you will have to write giving more context, more information. So we'll see that example over here. So now instead of just simply asking it, create a lesson on thermodynamics, we can ask it create a 60-minute lesson plan. So we are giving it more context. So whenever you are interacting with any AI tool, you have to think it as your intern. So whenever I teach somebody, I tell it, you think this AI is your intern and it does not know much information about you and what you are going to do. So the way you will deal with any intern or any employee when you are basically giving any task them to do, think of AI as like that intern or any employee. So you tell them exactly what you want to do. The more detail you provide, the more exact or better things it will create, right? So here we tell it in detail. So create a 60-minute lesson plan. Also we tell it for second year mechanical engineering student. We give more information, include 3 measurable learning objective. We give more information, 2 interactive activities. So now if I create a lesson plan using this prompt, you will see it will be more structured. It will be better than what initially was created, and you can make it more better. So the way dealing with AI happens, you can even refine. So for example, and we call it as an iterative learning process. Iterative in the sense you give it one task, it does something, but if it does not do a better job, you ask it. So for example, this thing does not look good. So if I ask it, I think numerical problems are not up to standard. Can you think hard and make it better? Few practical tips I want to give you. Whenever you write, think hard, right? Some of the people think you write anything you want AI to do and it will always do the fine job. But with our experience, what we have looked into more in LLM, sometimes they tend to work hard when you ask them to work hard. LLM are like humans, so they will do lazy job in case you do not ask them to think hard. So if you are creating prompting and all, make sure if you can use these kind of wordings. Can you think hard? Can you dig deeper? Can you go beyond the current assumptions? Or maybe you can say, can you think of something which probably I may have missed? So all these kind of prompting where you ask AI to do more than what it should usually do, it will definitely do better than that. And in this iterative kind of prompting, once your final answer is ready, you can look into it and you can ask it to update some specific thing and it will start doing those things. Right? So this is the one example where we are generating lesson plan and I have shown you like the difference between a weak and strong prompt. I will give you one more example. So for example, you are creating some quizzes or something and you ask it, give me some questions on data structure. So it will not say no. So think of LLM as it will do anything you ask it to do. Some of the things it will not do you. I'll show you some example. But mostly, if you ask it to do one thing, it will do. Whether those things are up to the standard which you are looking for, this is up to you to decide. And LLM will always do well when you give it more specific information. Think of it as I suggested you, think of it as your employee, as your intern or anything else, where you are delegating your work to them. In that case, you have to give it all the information which you have or anything in detail which you want to create. So this was an weak prompt, but if I would write this prompt, so I will say like this. Exactly what I want to do is generate 10 MCQ questions on binary search tree for second year CS students, right? And there are other details also. I'll share all these things so you can read through and you can use it when you are creating these kind of quizzes. But the core of the thing is like you have to be very specific what you are asking. So this is the thing which I wanted to show you. You have to give the context, uh, who is doing, for whom you are doing all those things, specific task. Is it for third year student? Is it for second year student? Is it for like non-technical people? So all those things you have to tell it and what it needs to do. Constraint can be like do not use example from this and that place, or use example from this and that place. So anything you want to put it constraint in the answer, whether it can be positive constraint or it can be negative constraint, you can put it. And output format is something, for example, if you are creating something for another application or for other people, if those are like technical, you will create output format in some technical format. If those are non-technical users, you will create in non-technical. And if the intent of the output is has to be given to any program or APIs or something, the output format will differ like JSON or XML or anything else. I It becomes monotonous. I want to take a pause and I want some questions if you want to ask, and then I can explain more. Sweta, is there a way to talk? I think it becomes very monotonous. I will keep on talking and talking. There are so many things to do, and chats are not loading for me. What do you suggest?
Sir, I'm texting them. If they have any questions, they can raise the question so that I'll ask you the same question so you can give them
Ah,
brief interest. I'll mail
yeah,
them
yeah,
to
that will
ask.
help because
Yes, sir.
most of the time the thing is like even if I covered thousands of things, and if you can
They
only
are not
take
interactive.
yeah 50 things, it will be more helpful rather than I sharing my screen and I have so many things to say, but it will not make too much sense. So if you
Understand.
have any specific thing to ask, I will be more than happy to go in that direction.
Yes, sir. Dear participants, if you have any questions, please raise the hand. We are enable your mic so you can talk and you can ask the questions to sir.
Okay, so Sweta, do let me stop. So for now, at least I will cover few things, and then I have to go to tools also, and I want to
Yes, sir.
show
Yes, sir.
practically
You can carry on.
how they can use.
Yes,
Okay, S- what I want to give more attention to what I am saying. Do not think prompt engineering as a very basic thing where you can type something and you will get answers. In our experience, so personally, I have built so many agentic tools for so many industries, maybe banking, healthcare, even for legal industries, educational industries, and I have given consulting to so many people, and most of the time we use agents, and agents are nothing but in a more sense, they internally they use LLM for brain, and same LLM we use for doing any task using AI. Then what people do, they create a wrapper around it. Wrapper in the sense they give some extra abstraction on top of LLM so that we can use easily. So if we all remember initially when computer started, people used to write in at the end everything is bits 0 and 1. Initially people used to write in 0 and 1 format. Then they started assembly language. There they used to give small instructions like load variable a increment by 1 or something. Then the language came like C, where you could write program more in a better way. It was functional programming. So you used to write function. If it's a if it's a program for addition or subtraction, you will write few lines of code. You will not worry how is it converted to machine format, which is 0 and 1 at the end of the day, but you were able to use it. So how industry progresses in any area. So I will be giving more example from IT or computers because that is my expertise. But in all the areas, everything starts with a very basic thing and people start putting abstraction layer on top of it and it becomes more useful. More and more people can use it. So if you have to write today a program in 0 and 1, very few people will be able to do it. If you have to write in assembly, very few people will be able to do it. But more than what people were doing 0 and 1. If you use C language, most of the programming will be able to use it. But even C language had their own problem. It was a functional programming language, so you could not use it to create very sophisticated complex application representing real world or any banking application or healthcare. So they came up with object oriented languages. So where C++, Java, and then there are many other languages based on the specific tasks which we do. But what I meant to say, everything starts with a basic crude implementation. Then people start putting abstraction layer on top of it, and each of abstraction layer makes it easier to use, and more people can use the application or something. One thing you have to understand, whether you are using any AI tool, Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, maybe Magic School, or any other AI tool, internally the brain is always LLM. So what we can say in modern programming, LLM is the brain, and on top of it people create abstraction layer. So to give you one example, this Chat GPT application which we normally use, it's also an application created by OpenAI, putting an abstraction layer on top of LLM. So with LLM you can talk in only one way, which is using API. And API is nothing but where you ask, send it some request, and it gives you one response. It cannot do more than that. And also LLM has a problem. They have a cutoff date because we train these LLM. So we cannot train every time some new information comes up. For example, if some new scientific breakthrough happens today, so these LLM like ChatGPT, OpenAI LLM, I think 5.2 or Claude, Opus or something, they will not know this information. But do you know, if I ask it what temperature is there, what temperature is today in Germany? Then if we are not giving these LLM the real time information, how do these LLM knows these things, right? So if you ask this question, if you are building an application, I hope some of the people might be creating application, they will be coding and all those things. So if you use any LLM API and ask it simply what is the current temperature in Germany, it will send you response. It does not know. Its knowledge cutoff date is something or something, or it will give you some vague response, some hallucinated response based on its trained data. But that may or may not be correct. Most of the time it will not be correct. So what ChatGPT did in this application, internally they use LLM, but they know LLM can only remember information up to certain point till when their training was done. So on top of it, they have written certain program. So if user is asking, for example, current temperature, it means LLM cannot give the answer. They should use some weather APIs and get the answer. Yeah, if somebody is talking, sorry.
భయమే లేదు 24 minutes వాళ్ళ parents support ఉంది.
I cannot hear it. Sweta, if you can hear it, you can just repeat the question.
So the screen is still it's still in example like quiz questions you are told na prompting in that screen it is.
Okay, then you let me know. I
It's
think
not loading
sometime this.
properly, sir. Yeah.
Okay. I reshared. Can you see now my screen? This is ChatGPT screen.
Yeah, which is
Yes,
like
sir.
example.
Screen is
Yeah.
visible, sir.
Word is visible.
But full screen is not visible, but it's okay.
So full screen is not visible. Okay, I can
Emphasis word is
reach.
visible.
Only the Word document is visible, sir.
Oh, only the Word document is visible. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I
We
my
thought
bad.
so. No worries,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, I was trying to share screen one, but then I shared screen two. Okay, let me share screen two, so it is bigger screen, and I can move my example to this screen. Yeah, now is it visible? So it is
Yes,
ChatGPT.
sir. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. Fine,
okay.
sir. Fine.
Sorry for that. So if anybody has any question, you can ask me.
Yes, sir. You can go to go. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I was just for this initial round, I was just trying to focus how important prompting is. Like we should not think prompting is like a one-liner where we can write. and it will give us right answer. So this slide, I am only giving some information. If you are creating any prompt, and if you do not know anything, I'll show you some prompting formula which you can do. It will help you to be guided in what you are trying to create. I will also show you some tools which will help you create these things fast, or how to create them so that you can reuse all these prompts. But core thing, if you do not remember anything, you have to just remember whenever you are creating prompt, make sure you are giving the context, why you are creating, who is creating, the specific task you want to do, the constraint around it. It can be positive constraint, it can be negative constraint also, and output format, because output format will vary based on the user who is going to use that output, right? So it can be like simple document format, it can be JSON format, it can be XML format, or even it can be header and like subheading kind of format, and you can define it. If you are in the prompt, you can write, create this lesson plan for this and this, but make like heading in this format only, and subheading in this format, or these kind of subheadings only. So it will make sure the output is always in those areas what you use. uh, I use LLM, chat GPTs and all these tools a lot, and most of the time whenever I am generating something, I do iterative prompting. So for once I will write some information like I want to do this thing, and once the answer is generated, I will reprompt it. I will say, okay, I did not like the output format. Maybe heading is too large, or maybe there are so many headings. I want less headings. Maybe content inside heading is not good. So all those things you can do in a iterative way. But if you do not remember anything else which I will show you, you just remember whenever you are creating or talking to any application, and it's not about chat GPT or any other application which are specialized in doing some things. So even if you do not write a very good prompt, they will do a better job. But the only thing is, if you write a good prompt, they will do their job better. Means they will try to do create things better than what normally you will write and they will create. Okay. So, and also these frameworks I am only showing to you which will help you to guide to write an effective prompt, but you do not really need to remember it for now. I'll share all these things. And also, as I told you, even if you remember context, specific task, constraint and output format, you can write a very good prompt rather than like any normal prompt. But these are specific frameworks, and they give you some information. So for example, this is smart prompting. So smart means specific detail, measurable objectives, audience context, real world relevance, and teaching methodology. It simply means if you are writing a something, and if you only remember, okay, I have to write in a smart format, you will see naturally you will be able to write better prompt than what you normally write, right? So I'll show you some examples for this smart prompting. And also there is some craft method which is advanced level. So even if you use it or do not use it, but it's good to know. So the way Gen AI learning happens, it is always incremental. It will not happen like today you will learn something and from tomorrow you will be expert on this thing. You have to see your journey. So today when you are starting, you are at level this, and when tomorrow you are using, for example, you are using forcefully smart prompting, so it will come in your habit. Then you can go one more level up. You sometime you can use craft method, and you can try to see how your output are coming, and then you can mix and match and you can decide. This is not like one thing will fit everyone. You will have to try, and whichever is working for you, you can use that part. What my job here is to tell you how to use these things and give you something from where you can start. But feel free to come up with some other ideas, create your mnemonic, and try to create prompts in some other format. But one thing you have to make sure, you always somehow, one way or other, try to make sure context, task, constraint, and output format is there. Based on these frameworks are defined. Some of these frameworks are very well known, so people normally use it. If you Google it, if you try to find it out, they will come there. And some of these may not be as much famous. Probably I have used it and I tried to put it in some formula. Similarly, when you start using it, you feel some of the things are not working. Feel free to edit some things, right? So you can delete something, add something, you can create your own formula just to make sure your prompting goes in a streamlined way so that you can get better output, right? Okay, so I have created things over here. So let me come here. So for
So
small,
one minute.
yeah,
So 1 minute. There is a question from audience. Will the AI tool get trained by the question, or it is like the training is already complete? So the question asked is to the session is that if I open it refresh, like again if you open that, it is not remembering the question what we asked. So this is a question from audience, that is, will AI tools get trained by the questions,
that's
already
a very
trained by
good,
the questions?
very good question. And most of the time we are worried also when I work for clients like which are in legal, right, in banking. They are very worried when you use some AI tools to read their documents and all those things. So number one answer, these AI tools have their cutoff date, right? So for example, GPT I think was cut off maybe somewhere in 2024 or 2025. So definitely they have their own cutoff date beyond which they do not have any knowledge. This is first thing. Second, they are not getting trained as and when you are putting your document at the runtime, right? So if you are giving one document and if you are talking with that document, the AI is not going to train it. What happens? I think uh, there is a license agreement. I forgot how to check it. In license agreement, they will specify whether they will use your data for training or not, and it is us who choose that option. But even if they give the training, it will not be real time. What they will do, for example, I have opt-in so that you can use my data to train your model. So these people will collect this data, and maybe after 1 month or after couple of months, when they are creating the next version, for example, currently it's 5.2. So after 2 3 months, they will come up with 5.3. In creating that 5.3, definitely they will use your training data if you have opted in. So and saying yes, you can use my data to train the models. But you, if you have opted out, they will not use your data to train their model. Okay, I hope I was able to answer that question. But yeah, real-time training will never happen. In their next version, they can use your data if you have opt-in that they can use their data for training.
So what if we don't have account at all? Question again.
So if
What if we
you,
don't have account?
yeah, so if you don't have account and you, for example, you chat within incognito or something, the number one thing is like they can train data based on your data because it is going to their server. Definitely they can store your data and they can train.
Yeah.
And if you are not logged in, what I believe, I cannot say on sure because these people will also not tell us, but I believe they will have your data and they will use it if they think this data will be useful for training.
Okay. Okay.
And I will find somewhere they will have license agreement where they will definitely ask you uh, whether they can use their data or not. I think let me check in cloud.ai settings. And let me know if my screen is not visible because some of the time it goes away. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we
Yes, sir.
can see.
Is.
Okay. So here, if you see here, so this is my Claude account and I use Claude a lot. I'll tell you about this tool also. So here there is an setting privacy. They have an option help improve Claude. So I have selected it off. So allow the use of your chats and coding session to train and improve Anthropic AI models. So this way it will not use my data, right? But if you put it on, definitely it will use it. So similarly, I believe in ChatGPT also, there will be some setting asking for this data control sharing and individual for data security multi-factor. Yeah, there will be some setting. I am not able to find it out, but yeah, they will have some setting where they will ask whether they can use your data to train or not. Okay. Yeah, please stop me if you see any other question. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
now I
Sure.
will Yeah, and this becomes interactive. I like to answer question because the thing is like I will keep on talking and talking, but at the end of the session, if we did not grasp something, it is useless, right? So better if we ask question. Okay, so for with the smart framework, I have created this example, and I'll share all these documents, so no need to type or remember anything. I probably if would have been there, it would have make more sense. But online, the difficulty is getting the interaction. But I will try my best. Okay. So this is our smart format. So the way you have to do it, like we in initial our education days, we learned A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3. Nobody knew what does A means, what does B mean, what is 1, 2, 3. Even if some other alternative universe, if they are teaching 1 as a 3, and if we remember that, we'll think that, right? So there are few building blocks which we have to remember. So we cannot run away from those things, thinking either they are vague or we do not need it or AI will be able to handle it. So we have to come up with that mindset and few basic ground rules we have to follow. So when we are looking at this smart prompting, whether you like it or you do not like it, whether you remember it or you do not remember it, at least write it somewhere and try to use it. So I will share these documents. So here there is one engineering subject example. The subject is operating system. The topic is process scheduling algorithm. It is for third year CSE students and duration is 75 minutes. And this is the smart waste example prompt. Here I am saying act as an experienced engineering professor designed a lesson under outcome based education. What you have to do when you are writing these prompt, you just have to copy paste and change based on what you are creating. So if it is for something else, you can just update these subjects and all those things, but it will give you some idea how we prepare. So in I try to put it in a way so that when you use it, you understand how these prompts are written. So normally you do not have to write S for specific detail, but I have written it over here so that in for initial days when you use it, go with this approach. But when you are like competent enough, you can remove these kind of extra information. AI will be able to understand what do you mean when you write. Clearly define scope including FC, FCS. Oh, I also don't know what first come first service probably. M is measurable outcome. Write 4 measurable learning objectives using Bloomberg's. And one more thing to remember, these prompts can go very large. For this class example, because this is our first time, I do not want to overwhelm you. These prompts can be in number of pages, 8 pages prompt, 10 pages prompt. I have seen prompts for 20 pages prompts, right? It all depends what specific you are trying to do. And also good thing is once you create one prompt, maybe 10 pages, 15 pages, 20 pages, very detailed prompt, and you can take AI help to create prompt, right? You can ask it, okay, I'm creating prompt for this thing. Can you help me create this in smart prompt template format? So it will create. Then you read it. If you think some things are missing, not as per you. So initially you will have to invest time. It's not like in one go it will be fine. Probably half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour initially if you will spend, you will get a very good prompt and then you save it. And for next time you just copy paste, make it as a template level, change few of the information as per the new task and you are good to go. So if I give this prompt to it, it will basically generate a very detailed output based on whatever I have given to it. Right. Okay, so I will not bore you more than this, but if you have any question, feel free to ask me. Similarly, I will send you some more documentation for craft method. I can simply run it, but it will become very monotonous. Uh, okay, weak versus strong prompt. We have already seen some example, but normally like strong prompt simply means this formula. If you can write in this way, context, specific task, constraints and output from format, your prompt will automatically become a very good prompt. Okay, there are some rules. It's just theory, so I'll cover very fast. But this is something as again I told you, like you understood A, B, C, D, A for apple and all those things. This thing, if you remember these things and slowly after a couple of months, it will be in your prompting technique. You do not need to read it again and again. But initial time, yes, you have to read it. You have to remember it. So be very specific. Vague input, vague output. Think of LLM as a very learned or great person. He knows most of the information what as a human we cannot know. Like creativity is a very subjective concept. Some people think like whatever these LLMs are creating, for example art or something, those are creative, But some people will say those are not creative because it has learned from somebody or else. Even as a human, very few people will be very creative. For example, if there is new scientific formula or maybe like unified theory of general relativity. I forgot. So this is something Einstein was trying to do, where he was trying to build a unified theory where quantum mechanics as well as this macro mechanics, I don't know how to say it. He was trying to merge them and create one unified theory. He was not able to do it because, as we know, in quantum level things behave very differently, and in macro level they uh, behave very differently. So the way moon or Mars is rotating around sun, we can predict at what time where will be Mars. And most of the time when we create rockets to go to Mars, I think there is a very limited window of 26 months when it is optimal, so that if we launch rocket from Earth on that time, only in 6 months it will reach to Mars. But if we send rocket in any some other time, it will take a lot of time because Mars is also revolving around sun and even Earth is going round and round around sun. So these are like macro level which Einstein was able to define, Newton was able to define. But at a microscopic level or quantum level, things behave very differently. So I also don't know too much, but there is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. If you measure some speed, then their position is not known, something like this. So the reason I wanted to tell you, LLM will not be able to solve this problem as of currently. So they cannot create some with some unified theory, which Einstein was not able to create. They can explain us the theories. What they can do, I think in mathematics they have done something which was not being solved in last 100 years or something. Some of the questions LLMs were able to solve because their context window is very large. They can hold more information than us. So as a human, when we, for example, go to any exam, we remember those subject question answer or whatever we can, but we cannot remember most of the things we try. But LLM can remember many things because its context window is large. So whenever it comes to creativity, I think I started from there. So some people say LLMs are creative or conscious or something, and some people say no, they are not creative because they can only do things which they were taught by some other human, right? I personally do not have any such opinion. In some of the things, I think LLMs or these AI tools can outperform maybe 99% of the human. Even in coding, where I most of the time my job goes, initially we used to think coding is a safe job, right? No matter how better machine learning model or deep learning model or AI model we are creating, they will never be able to code as better as a human coder does. But in last 2 months, these things have changed. And in last 3 months, you won't believe the way these tools are coding. 90% plus people who are coding, these tools are coding better than them. That is the reason most of the time there are less jobs for a fresher or unexperienced people because LLMs are doing those job better than human or probably in less cost, right? Okay, so these are few things I want to make sure you understand very deeply, and you have to remember like alphabet and words. So golden rules for checklist. I will not read everything. I'll share with you. I can you can go ahead and read offline, but be specific. It's a vague input. It's a vague output. Even though LLM knows many things, it will not able to answer properly if you do not ask questions correctly. You have to provide context, measurable objectives, and there are so many things you can read.
Sir, I have a question here.
Yes.
What is plan differentiation, scaffolding plus extensions of all?
So scaffolding, I think simply means like whatever you are trying to create, give it some more extra definition so that it will hold inside it, right? So for example, if you are creating some subjects lesson plan, you can give it more example and it can say based on these only you create your lesson plan.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And couple of things I would just mention. I think you can read it, but it's good to mention because these all came with my experience. When you say you are the expert to it, right? They tend to perform better. I don't know why. So if you say, for example, if you are a experienced coder, I don't know, I'm getting all my example from these developer side, but if you are an experienced professor in I don't know, physics or some very specific quantum computing, it seems they are able to answer properly. Uh, One thing I can share with you, nobody knows how does LLM think, right? Because we have created and trained LLM, so we know most of the things about LLM. But if I can explain you, LLMs are only two things. There will be a very big file in GB, probably 5 GB, 10 GB, 16 GB, and only numbers will be written over there. There will be large number 1 2 3 4 5 something 9 9, some random numbers which as a human we cannot understand. This is LLM. Sometimes it's very strange to know like what are LLMs. They are just the numbers. They are not like our traditional programming where we can open the program and we can understand what is happening inside it. We can even trace through all the loops, all the if condition, all the logic sequence, and we can definitely say if these variables have these values, the output of the program will be this. But LLMs are always non-deterministic. This is something I will write it down here and you have to remember this. Uh, okay. Non-deterministic in the sense, if you ask the same question to same LLM, different time, it will give you different answer, right? It's not like a program. If I write a program for example, addition or something, and I will ask it what is 5 plus 2. No matter how many times I will ask it, it will give 5 plus 2 as a 7. It does not mean that LLM will not tell 7. What I mean, more subjective kind of question. It may differ answer every time it run because these are non-deterministic, and as I told you, we cannot go and see how the LLMs are behaving, how they are capturing the answer like we can read the program. LLMs are simply numbers, very big files, sometimes many big files, so they can create the files like in 2 GB, 4 GB, 6 GB, but each file will have some numbers which as a human we do not understand. So these are very cryptic. So yeah, so non-deterministic is the nature of the LLM. So whenever you are building something in AI, most of the time where people are struggling, even though now people are pouring billions of dollars in AI tools. OpenAI is like huge player, but they are not going in profit. Google, same, their AI business is not in profit. It is happening with all AI vendors and whoever is creating these tools. The only reason being when we were creating traditional applications like banking applications or healthcare applications, they were very deterministic. Given the same input, they were creating the same output. Suppose there is a claims processing. So you uh, request for a claim for an accident, for a person, give the reasons and the amounts and all those things. Traditional program will check based on certain, most of the time it's a rule based engine, mostly if or at the very basic those are if and loop based condition. They may be complex, but if and for loop, that's it. But they will create the same answer every time. But as and when I introduce AI over there, what does AI do? AI comes up with the reasoning power what traditional programming does not have. Whenever I give the reasoning power to the traditional programs, they tend to answer not always correct and not always the same. So this is the problem industry is facing. Whenever they try to introduce AI, the answers are not consistent and accuracy is probably 60%, 70%, 90%. It's not 100%. So in a production grade application, you want your application to be always 98 or 99% correct, but this is not happening. So most of the current players, they are in the experimentation phase. At some of the places they have used AI. It's not like they are not using AI, but they are not mission critical. If you think, for example, you create one medical device. This medical device can be simple. For example, for newborn babies, some hospital I think was creating when I was giving them consulting. So for newborn babies, it can detect like what is the heart rate, what is the blood pressure, temperature, and all those things. And based on that, it can decide the criticality of the situation. But that's it. For AI, we do not give more power than this. They can decide the criticality of the situation based on number of parameters. But at the end of the day, they cannot perform any operation. They cannot inject anything. They cannot take this medicine. It has to be done by human. The reason is not like they will be wrong. The reason is like some of the time they can be wrong. If you ask me, some of the time even humans can be wrong. But if human is doing mistake, it is acceptable to us because we can blame them, we can sue them, we can like file cases on them. But if AI is doing some mistake, who is responsible? So ethical questions comes into picture. If it's a self-driving car and it has come to some accident, then who is the responsible? Is it the guy who bought the car, or is the company who built the car, right? So those kind of questions comes with L. Okay, I think we can unmute if we are not talking. Anyways, so let me go to slide again. Yeah. So these
So
two,
there is
three
a
things.
one more question. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt.
Yeah, that's good.
How
I want to give
yeah,
answers
how
only.
can we identify if there is a hallucination by AI in response?
Good question. There are many ways, and this is the real industry problem which people are facing. Number one, nowadays AIs, these LLMs are smart. You can ask it to give me exact citation or URLs or document reference from where they got the answer. Right? This is one thing you can do it. Next thing, you have to create it at a multiple levels, right? So most of the time, information in web search gives us the right result. So at one level, you ask AI, okay, whenever you are giving me answers, cite the reference also. And at second level, when you got the answer, create one more process, do a web search and figure out whether those citation is correct or not. Because in initial days, I think couple of years ago or 1 year ago, AI has created even the links. So they have created URL which were not valid, right? So number one, nowadays, LLMs are getting better and better. Definitely, they are giving less hallucination, but to be sure, based on your criticality of the application, ask them to cite or reference from where they got the answer. One level. Second level, ask it to do web search and figure out whether this information is correct. And third level is always human. If you think this may go wrong, critical question, you have to do a humanly review. And I can show you. So Perplexity has had started this thing, right? So if I ask it a question, I sometimes I don't even remember what to ask it. Uh, what is latest GPT LM version? Give me reference link also.
There is Cloud AI and ChatGPT same. You have previously shown, right? Cloud.ai.
Correct.
Is it same as ChatGPT?
I will tell you.
Yes, thank you.
Let me give with some example. Okay, let's think about a professor, and there can be three professor teaching same subject, same exact topic, but their way of telling will be different, right? So similarly with these LLMs, uh, some of the LLMs are very specific to some kind of problems. Some of the LLM are specific to other kind of problem. So as and when you use it, if you are using for general purpose, any talking to AI, you can go with Chat GPT. Reason being, it is basically a general purpose, like your general physician. So whenever you have a fever or headache or maybe any small problem, you will always go to general physician, and they will decide whether your problem they will refer to some specialist or something. So chat gpt go for any general thing. If you are a coder, if you are a developer like me, Claude AI is the best. So recently, I think few days ago, they launched Opus 4.6. This model is best for coding, right? So if you are doing some coding job, you are building some application, you have some technical questions, people go with Claude Opus 4.6 or Claude AI, right? Uh, if you have something, uh, for example, if I used to prepare for any interview for or any for subject or any for conference, I will go with Gemini. Gemini is very good in talking as a human, responding as a human, for very specific tasks, like if you want to prepare for some paper, if you are preparing for some interview, if you want to update your resume, for all those kind of things. So one thing, all LLM can answer for all of your question, because most of the time these LLMs are trained on the same data, right? From where they will get data? Internet, books. Nowadays there are audio, video, and all those things. Physical copy they are scanning and creating the digital version of it. But 90% or 95% of the data, whatever these closed source LLMs are using, they are using the same data. but the performance vary because I don't know internally how they train. You know, these closed source models or companies, they will not tell you what and how they are training. If you look into DeepSeek, if you look to Meta Llama models, they definitely tell you what kind of data was used for training, how are they training, how many days did they train, how many GPUs were used, how was cost was used. But OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, they will not give you any of such details. So the way it happens, number one, learn from the expert. So you can Google it, you can try to figure out the people who are already expert and using LLM for what kind of task, what LLM they use. Okay? This is what we do. Second, you use it, and based on your feedback, you decide. For example, I decided I will go with Claude 4.6 Opus for my coding task. If I am preparing for an interview, I will go with Google Gemini. If I am using something like very small questions, how to do this thing, can you reformat this document, can you recreate this table, I will go with ChatGPT.
Very clear, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so I'll move to next slide, but only three things you can remember. Be specific. You are the expert. You have to tell. Iterate and refine is the most important thing. The more you iterate with the LLMs, we talk to it, it will give you more better information. And once you reach one stage where you think, okay, now this prompt is giving me correct thing. Okay, I will save this prompt and then I will use this prompt for my future references. But Gen AI is like always non-deterministic. Like I tried to write it over here. Yeah, sorry. This you have to remember. They, these LLM will give different answer for different times if you ask the same questions, right? So what max we can do? We can try to make sure our prompts give us the answer in a format or in a way, in a style. You can decide many things. You can decide the tone, like it's a professional, or like if you want to send a very harsh email to somebody. Uh, is- and by the more you use it, it will learn. So I will give you one example. Uh, s- I'm writing one book, right? How this AI helps, because writing a book is a very challenging task, and also it involves I cannot use somebody else's work. Plagiarism, something they will check it, something I cannot copy paste from some other. But if I use LLM, there is always a chance whatever it is writing, it may be new or it may have copy pasted from someplace else. If you ask me, nobody knows how these LLM internally work, so you can never be sure. So if somebody is telling these LLMs are writing the things which they have seen, they are wrong. LLM can at the runtime figure out the relationship between the subject, between the words, between the sentences, and they will create a very new sentence which was never created by anybody, whatever is present in current internet, right? And also at the same time, some of the time they can write full paragraph which may have been taken from some book, which may have been taken from some articles. Recently I think some US based news portal sued somebody, I don't know, OpenAI or Anthropic, where what they told, if I asked some question to these model, they were answering something which was as it is, which they have written in their proprietary content, right? Yeah. So when I write book, I use AI help, but I cannot use it blindly. So I have trained it for my own style. So I have a particular way of writing anything. So I have given it a lot of data of my past writing, because I used to write blogs or some articles, maybe LinkedIn post or Twitter post. So I have given it to it. So it will figure out what is my writing style. And this is one thing I have done. Research I will do on my part, but I teach AI. So the way I do research in a very deep level, I teach to AI, then these AI will do it and it will be like customized AI for you. So you can use AI for any task. You have to be careful when these are proprietary kind of task, or where plagiarism and all those things you have to handle. But the way you use the AI, they will accommodate, and you can also fine tune and train. These are very high level concept, not high level, these are very deep concept where you can even fine tune any AI. So you can take, for example, small open source LLM, maybe Meta Llama 3.1 or 4.1. They will be very small, which can run in CPU in your system also. Then you can fine tune based on your data, your style, whatever you want it to do. And then you can reuse it for whatever you want. Like if it's a domain specific task, you are creating one legal chatbot. So you can get many legal documents, maybe all the rule books, constitution, everything, and you can train it, then it will be answering the way you will answer if you knew all those things. So those things can be done, but you have to be careful if it's a proprietary content. And I will give you one more tool now. And I also have to make sure I cover most of the thing. Then I will come back and I will cover these 2, 3 topics. Then we can take a break and talk again. So Chat GPT is one place where I normally go, or I go to Gemini, but the way using it is similar. You have to figure out on which task, which LLM does better, and you go to that application. But using them more or less is same. The second important concept which we have to know, there is a concept called custom GPT, like explore GPT, and people take it very lightly, or maybe people don't know it. But this is a very strong concept, and I also use it. Uh, these GPTs or custom GPTs are can be created by you. You can also reuse whatever other people have created. Uh, the way they help you, you can reuse them. For example, I wrote this prompt in Chat GPT, and next time if I used to create same type of content for some other topic for some other engineering class student, again I will have to copy paste it and make sure I change few of the information, uh, and then I have to ask it again. So somewhere you have to save it, memorize it, or whatever. So this is a one-time job. You do it and you forget it. But if you want to make it reusable, you can create custom GPTs and you can give it instruction for doing this kind of task. You have to do like this. So I will create one simple custom GPT. So what you will see one create here, click on it, um, and it will ask you. It's a very interactive. So even if you don't know something, you can start chatting with it and it will help you create. So it is saying, I will help you build a new GPT. So what I will ask it, I will not type, I will copy paste. So I will say, Control C. So I'm basically telling it as I want to create smart waste formula for lesson planning generation, and I will give it some instruction which I copy paste. So what it will do, it is basically kind of fine tuning. So it will create some pre-built instruction. It will save inside this GPT. So now next time I don't have to tell it like do it in this way. It will always do in this way, right? So let it do it. And meanwhile, I'll copy one example. I think yesterday probably you have learned it. In prompting, there is a concept called few shot, zero shot learning, right? So whenever you are using any AI tool, if you can tell it, if you can even one example or two example, what task you are trying to do, it will understand it better. And based on that, it can give you better output. Name is fine. Use this example for your reference. So here I am basically, it's a very high level of fine tuning. Fine tuning is a very deep and very technical concept, but at least you will create one GPT which will remember it has to always produce output in this format. And creating is very easy, which we saw just. You can go to custom GPTs or GPTs in the left sidebar and you create it, and it will give you one chat box where you can just chat with it and it will create. It is done. So what is it? I will. Okay, so image anyway, it can generate anything. And if you see here, so whatever I'm chatting here in create section, in configure section, this is the main thing. If you are expert enough, you can write this instruction manually, right? There is no harm in it. But most of the time I like this create section because definitely these people who have created this very specific application, they know better than me. So better if I tell them what I want to do, giving more and more information. And based on this, this will create your instruction. It will create your conversation starters. And if you have some knowledge files, this also you can pass, right? So for example, if you want to create a GPT for maths or maybe physics lesson planner, you can give that knowledge to it so that it will create create content based on that knowledge base. And there are some capabilities which it can have. Try to give web search. Web search simply means, which we initially earlier discussed, no LLM has up-to-date information. Whenever you see answer, they are able to give for current affairs or something. It only means there is one more wrapper which is built application on top of LLM call, which ChatGPT or any other AI tool have developed, but LLM will never have this information. And if you want code, and that's it. I think that's it. So this is done. No, we can just create it. So I will say anyone with the link, and you, if you want to create for yourself, you can say only me. Anyone with the link, it means you can share the link and people can use it. And if you put it in GPT store, so people can search it also in the GPT store, where other people can search it and use it. And we can simply save it. Okay, so there is a link I can share with you. I am not able to put it in chat.
What we'll do is,
They just have to plan to have to.
Haman, uh, that is there. Along with that, I wanted to all that.
We have to first understand then.
Fine, we will do. Have a plan for 3 weeks. 3 weeks because
Okay, so I'll share this link. So later on you can try. My chat is not working, so I can share it for now. But yeah, any question on this part? I think this is very powerful. So once you create one custom GPT, people can reuse it for any specific task. Okay, so it will also suggest what for starters. So I can just simply ask it. Yes, and it will ask you questions if it does not know what you. So I will just answer these questions. So let's say we take third year. Specific topic, let's say scheduling duration, let's say 90 minutes. So this is good because if it does not know, it will ask. If you remember, if you go to ChatGPT and if we ask anything, it will start creating the output. Right? So at least if you create this kind of GPTs, and you can keep on fine tuning. If you get some more example, you can go to configure. If you get some PDFs, you can upload it over here. If you want to have it code, it can also run the codes and all. You can enable these capabilities and all those things. And if you see here, this time, once this GPT was created, I did not ask anything. I just asked it this question. It asked me 3 questions. I answered, but it created for in smart format, right? Even it created some images. It is much better than the way I use normal chat GPT. Okay. So Shweta, if you get any question, just let me know. I can go more deep, but this is one thing I wanted to show.
Yeah, no question set, sir. Happy to hear.
Okay. One tool I wanted to show is a magic school. So we will cover some part today, and I think I have one more session day after tomorrow. I'll cover a few more things over here. So Magic School, you can use it for free. I think for individual users, it is free. I would suggest spend more time in custom GPT because you have more control over here. In Magic School, you do not have much control, but if you want to use it and if some task quickly, you can use it. So what Magic School is, it is basically a tool for teachers and students created by some company, I don't know, and they have given some very specific functions pre-built. So if I, for example, want to create lesson planner, so I can search it if they have any lesson planner. So they will create one lesson planner template kind of thing where you can select, I don't know, year two. They will ask some information, topic, standard or objective. I think for this example, I wanted to make sure I am fully ready. So I have this prompt ready. So we can just copy paste it. And additional criteria. So okay, that's it. There are some optional thing. If you know, you can fill it. I'm not in teaching area, so some of the information probably I don't know. But if you know whatever, you can fill it over here. And when I click generate, what will happen? Now this is one specialized tool. Again, as we all know by now, it is created on top of LLM, right? What LLM it is using, I don't think they will tell us. Sometimes these people use very cost effective LLM. They can be like open source or maybe low grade LLM, and they fine tune so that it will create in a certain format. Okay. So here you do not have much control. So it created based on the formatting which it thought it should create. But again, you can refine it. So you can send a message. You can say, oh, it is not asking to. Okay, but yeah, these tools can help you create quickly. But I always like this custom GPT because custom GPTs are in between where you have full control of updating it, and then you can reuse whenever you want. But I think this lesson planner, if you want to quickly create something and if you feel these are working good for you, I don't think we should have any issue if these are working for you, you can use these kind of tools. And there will be many in the market. Means I could have searched and told you so many tools, but more or less they all work in a same way, right? So there is one tool which I am building with Puri Technologies. It is still in build, but we will share. I think probably in a couple of weeks this should be production ready. But here also we are creating, for example, for lesson flow. Uh, and uh, so I have already created. So these kind of things we can create using tools, and I probably will need more feedbacks from professors and all, whether whatever it is creating is correct or not, right? But there will be many tools. If needed, if you need more, I will search and send it to you. But most of the time, this tool gives you flexibility. For example, uh, to create quickly. So intro to Gen AI. And Control C, Control V. Subject is computer science. I think grade level I have only 12th for now, so we will increase it. So you can select lesson duration. Then there are multiple factors. You can select what you want in lesson planner, and you can simply generate lesson plan, and this tool will keep on generating, right? So this is all happening in backend, and this will keep on generating each information as and when these are generated. We can see it over here, right? Only thing would be probably you may notice some of the things is not for your expectation. So what we need to do in when we were creating the lesson plan, in description we can provide more information the way you want this tool to generate this kind of information. Also you can select in lesson plan what kind of content you want to have. You can say some of the things are like mandatory, and but other things you can either remove or you can just select all, and at the end it will generate the lesson plan. So this is generated, all the sections. I can even download it, and this will have this kind of format, right? So each tool will have their own format, and whichever tool we think is working fine for us, we can use it. And the way we are trying with Purit, as we are interacting with more and more colleges, we are trying to build it as per the feedback which we receive. So I will share this tool with you if you have some feedback, because I'm not a professor or teacher. Sometimes I also don't know the quality of the lesson plan this tool is creating. If we can get that kind of feedback, so we can make it freely available to you guys for now. So you can try it. Any questions till now?
No, sir, no questions.
Okay, sure. So I'll cover a few more things and we'll keep on going back to
Yeah.
tools and all. But I will again suggest to you, ask me as many questions you want. I have a very, very deep understanding in Gen AI area. I may not be good in teaching and professor kind of thing, but I have Gen AI expertise. So if you can tell me what you want to do, what kind of difficulties you are facing, I can definitely guide you how Gen AI will help you to do things better, quicker, and in a very ethical way also. There are ethical and bias concern also. I will not be able to covering as part of these classes, but yeah, all those things, if you have some specific question, I can answer those questions. Okay, If so, Sweta, just stop me if you get any question. Meanwhile, I'll just try to cover whatever is assigned to me so that we do not lose focus and at least cover everything.
Yes, sir, sure. I'll do. Thank you.
Okay. So next is in my topic was OB based framework. So for this also, I may not be very expert in all these program educational objective program outcomes or etc. So what I have come up with you to help you, I have created one complete framework with, if you use it, this kind of content you can easily create. And I have example. Okay, so in this complete framework, let me come over here. So you first give course outcome design. So AI will generate based on measurable COs and align to your POs. You can give outcome mapping, CO, PO mapping, etc. You can put measurable assessment which you want to do. PO attainment. So the only thing I wanted to tell you, even if you do not give this information and if you ask it very generic things to generate, it will generate. But as a subject matter expert, whenever you are using GenAI, think GenAI as a tool, not a thing to replace you. You have to use the GenAI tool, use your own judgment, use your own knowledge and your expertise so that GenAI will help you in doing your activities. Most of the time, I get questions, mostly freshers and whoever has just joined this IT environment or professional things, they will ask me, will AI replace us, right? Everybody is thinking in that area. And how can we use AI so that it can help us? Will AI replace us completely? No, not in near future. Nobody knows what will happen after 10 years or 20 years. But for now, AI will not replace you. What AI can do? AI can make sure, because it will be doing a lot of jobs, some of the job will go. So places where people, for example 10 people were doing some things, the job can go from there to some other place, but those can be reduced to 5 people. That is happening basically. If you see in most of the big companies, they are firing a lot of people, not because they were not competent enough, only because during COVID time everybody was running towards AI. So they were creating many, sorry, not towards AI, towards digital things. So it was very new to all of us. I think the similar kind of things was happened around 1919 when some plague or something was happened. We were not there. So after 100 years, this thing happened where all the world was put to some still and they were not able to do anything. So these companies hired a lot of people just to make sure they are not left behind. FOMO, we all know. We always think people are doing better than us and how can we left behind and all those things. So these companies also hired a lot of people and they started building a lot of application. Okay, so they started building a lot of application and they started hiring, like for building one application, 10 people. But when Gen AI came into picture in last 2 years, this Gen AI tools have become very smart, so they can do a lot of job. And now we do not need 10 people to support that application or to build that application. So they are reducing to 5. That is the only reason some of the job currently is going, and there are so much disruption going on in the market, and people are still trying to learn how to use AI better. But yes, definitely AI is not going to replace human touch. They are not going to replace all the human. So you have to take AI as your assistant, as your helper, as your intern, as your tool, like we use calculator to do addition and all those things. But use your expertise. Do not give blindly any task to AI. Think of you as a subject matter expert and you have to review it no matter how good the output is from AI. So review process, subject matter expert process, this is something as a human we bring in the process. Yes, Shweta, you can ask.
Can you suggest any tool for research, like to know the literature survey and problem statement? Any free tools for?
So I can, so on the top of my head, I do not able to remember. I can search and send it to you. But one tool, I think it helps to everybody in all kind of research also. This is Notebook LM, right? So
Okay.
this Notebook LM is again from Google. If you see, I have a lot of notebooks. I use it a lot for all the things. Sometimes even for my health problem. Sometimes even for how I should plan my future, even for learning. So if I'm working for one company as a CTO, they have some products, so I use it. So for research specific tool, I think I had some list which I had shared to some universities some time ago, but I do not remember on top of my head, but I will send it to you. But as a whole,
Okay,
Notebook
sure.
LM is very good. So the way Notebook LM will be doing things, you can create a notebook, and then there are many things to do. So if you have some files already from your system or from Google Drive, you can upload. You have seen some videos which are specific to kind of research you are doing, you can upload from there. You can copy text from somewhere, and even it can do web research for use, right? So you can ask it. Uh, I'm in IT, so I'm not able to recall such thing which will be useful for you, but you can use it. So, for example, LLM fine tuning techniques, and the job is very simple. It will go to web. You can do fast research or deep research. I do deep research, but for here purpose, we will do fast research. So what it will do, it will go to website, and we all know Google is like a search engine. It already has indexed almost all web, means all the internet it has indexed. It will search based on your thing which you are trying to search, and you just give it some information. You can import it. Now it found some research paper, it found some Wikipedia article, it found something from IBM based on whatever I was trying to search. And then you can talk to it. I'll show you. Now what is happening? It is only searching from these context, from these documents or from these links, whatever it has stored now. So what you can do for your research, do a deep research first. I did fast so that I could show you. In deep research, it takes a lot of time, and you can ask very specific question, very lengthy also. It does not have to be 3 or 4 words. Whatever research you are trying to do, type it in 5, 6, 7, 8, one page or whatever, and do a fast research. It will definitely give you the best from the web, and then you can just talk to it. This is one thing. Second, it gives you many pre-built option, right? Uh, Single click. If you click on audio preview, it will create audio. If you click on slide deck, it will create the slide deck. So it will help you. For example, if you are researching something, but you want to present to somebody, now you cannot present all the things which you have created. So this slide deck it will create based on all the research it has done, and you can also customize it. So there will so I you can describe the slide deck you want to create. You can tell about your audience, what kind of style you want. All those information you can pass it to you, and you can generate it. It will create. It can be detailed deck. It can be presenter slide. This you will have to experiment. There are some short default language also. I think it supports not many languages nowadays. But first level of work it will always do. Now as a human you will have to go there, review it. If you think something is not good, ask it again. It also creates video overview. We also use this video overview to present. So sometimes I goes to investors whenever I want to pitch my product. So I create from here only. It creates mind map. Mind map will give you, I'll show you. Basically, mind map starts from one point and it will expand to other points. Then those points will expand to other points. So visually, you can see how the topics are related to different components, right? It can generate reports, it can generate flashcard, it can generate quiz, infographic, data table. So for I think Notebook LM you can use for research, but I will definitely send you 2, 3 more tools. I'm not able to remember right now, and they can also help you in doing research in a better way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
One thing I want to emphasize, these tools are getting better day by day. When I started using these tools 2 years ago, they were kind of intern. If you ask something, some of the time it was answering, some of the time it was not answering. The answer were not good. Hallucination. There was a lot of hallucination. Nowadays, you will find very less hallucination, and there are techniques to reduce hallucination, but those will involve some more detailed discussion as well as some technical implementation. But yes, there are ways to make sure, even though these tools are exploit nowadays, how can we put more guardrails? Guardrails are something which will help you uh, to use AI in a better ethical and bias free way. I can give you one simple example. Suppose you are a university and you have given a chatbot in your website. Now, because everybody is going to AI area, most of the people have chatbot in their university website also. And now somebody goes to chatbot and it starts asking what kind of courses you provide, what is the fees and everything. And then suddenly one person asks, what are the best universities in that area? And if your tool answers other university name, right? So it's not good because it is now not promoting your university, it is promoting others. Now, how would we stop it? Because we already learned LLMs are non-deterministic. You can write prompts, right? You can write prompts. In prompts, you can say never answer to user other university other than us, which is better in this area. But as I told you, LLMs are non-deterministic. Even though how hard you try, some of the time they will do mistake, they will ignore prompting, they will ignore all the things. So that is the reason we create guardrails. Guardrails are just like our boundary outside home, which stops like unintended animals or other people to come inside our home. So what we do, there are some APIs and even we can create our own guardrail once the output is generated. So for example, our chatbot is saying ABC university is better than our university. So that guardrail will kick in. It will see what kind of answer this chatbot has given and it will rectify at the go, or it will just send to user right answer, or it will say, I don't know. So those kind of things we as a human have to build somehow. How this will be implemented as and when you use it more and more. No matter how hard you read the theory, how much I teach you, I give you tools, information, and you go to internet, so much data is over there. You will be not able to use it properly until you use it. These all things are subjective. Like in a question paper, each student will write an answer in a different way, but those students can get same numbers also. Similarly, using these Gen AI tools, whatever tools I think as part of this session we are teaching, start with those tools. Whatever techniques we are teaching, think of them as a building block. Are we perfect? No, I never say we are perfect. Perfection is dependent on how you are going to use it. What we can give you, we can show you the path how to start, and then you have to experiment. If I say smart format is better, craft is advanced, but if you use it in your day-to-day exercise and if you feel your craft is doing better than smart format, but in craft there is a where I need to give some information, but this is not uh, doing good, it is basically hampering my output, so remove that part, come up with your own mnemonic, right? So this way you have to keep on using these tools more and more, then you will be able to understand uh, how personalized you can do it. Like for example, I gave you example, even for book writing, which is very specified job, uh, highly highly technical, where people can sue you in case you have copy pasted from somewhere else. I use AI, but I do not use it very blindly. I have customized it very much so that it can help me. Yeah, so if you see, this is the mind map. So it basically helps you go deeper into subject area, or at least it will give you high level idea how things are going. So in research, these things also help. I think there is one tool where I forgot, I'll give it to you, where it links paper to paper. So you can go to one paper, it can link to another paper, something like that. I have not done much research, so I'm not very good in that area, but there are some tools which I will share.
Yes, sir, fine. So shall we take a short break, sir, till 12 o'clock, and we'll rejoin again?
Second, so I think UB is done.
Yeah, if it is.
Yeah, we can take a break because
Yeah.
this theory anyway I can share with you and I'll show you some more tool, and you can send me offline questions also.
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay, we can take break. Thank you.
Yeah. And
She gave some case study.
Okay.
For eight
Okay.
or not, result.
Which one? No, no, no. Which subject? Cryptography. How much you got? How much you got? You apply for green one. Yeah.
Okay, so can we start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so now I can see the chat. So that is one thing I restarted my
Yeah, you can
system.
able to see one more question they posted, sir. In that.
Yeah, I saw that. I will answer that.
Yes, sir. Please answer.
Okay, so the question is, I think idiot game gave a name and a photo. How far are we when I can search for what is the draft paper name research area at GCEM, CS department researching on LLM models? Will I get a name and photo? Yes, I know and why. Okay, so LLM models are always trained on some past data, right? So LLM models are not something very easy to train on. So if something happens today, that data will not be used. I mean, they can train the model, but the LLM which we are using, that will not have this data. So it will be old model only, which is not having the current data. Maybe whatever happened today, they are creating one more model. So they will say, okay, I will release it probably next year, January. So by the July of 2026, whatever data is present, I will train this model on. And then after even training the model, there is a long process when it can be released to people. So it all again takes again, I think 3, 4, 5, 6 months based on what they are trying to do. So specific to your question, the answer is if your paper was very fast, like if it's current LLM models, if this paper was there maybe in 2020, 2023 somewhere when this data was available, this should second, if this data was publicly available, then only it will be trained, the LLM will be trained on this data. If these two things are matched, and if you ask LLM, there are less chances initially to basically find out exact details. The only reason is like LLM will try to find out. So as we already discussed, there are so many parameters in LLM, maybe billions of parameters, and those are not text, those are numbers. So based on user query, how LLM will internally try to figure out, nobody knows, but it will try to figure out whatever information it will get, it will give it to you. We are not sure whether it will give you correct information or not. But what an LLM can do, because it has real-time web search facility also, definitely if this paper was present and publicly available, even current LLM will find it out. Was I able to give answer? You can ask any follow-up question if you want. Okay, so I will start. I will keep on reading so I can see chats now and I will answer as many questions as I can. But feel free to ask questions. So I will try to cover also. But meanwhile, you type whatever questions you have in any GenAI area. It doesn't matter. If I do not know the answer, I'll tell you that I do not know the answer and I will get back to you. Okay, so let me go the agenda of today. So I just want to make sure we are not missing this thing. So I think we discussed a lot about lesson planning and prompting framework. Most of the things are goes on prompting and using tools. So we will be easily able to cover it. For outcome-based education using AI tools, again, tools will be same. So we will mostly use Chat GPT or Gemini or Custom GPT or any like Magic School kind of tool. But I will show you using prompt. Reason being, if you know the prompt and how to build the prompt, you can go ahead and first use it in normal Chat GPT, test it. If you think, okay, you have written a very good prompt after so many iterative refinement, you can create custom GPT and you can use it. So it will be a reusable component. So no need to write the prompt again and again. Uh, so for OBE, I think the again for each of these agenda items, I have created some framework. And again, as I told you, these may be standard format or template or sorry framework or may not be. They may be created by me just to make sure if we use this kind of format, we will be able to create uh, lesson plan or anything else. I'm not too much good in teaching and something, but whatever you are trying to build it from this, these topics can be built using these frameworks. So for OBE based, where there are many program educational objective, program outcome, program specific outcomes, course outcomes, you can use this complete framework, which is very good. Uh, Again, you have to try it. If you think there is too much information you do not want to give, and even if you, for example, in this complete, if you use top three, you are getting right answer, and this is good for your current task, feel free to use only COM or whatever. You no need to memorize it or you no need to use as it is. The only thing you have to do, start using it. So I will send you this document. So you, for example, this complete framework, uh, and I have tried to make it in a shorter way so that we can start using it. The thing is, these prompts can be very complex, means you can write a 18 page or 20 page prompts. But if I will start with that part, it will be hard to grasp. So I have given you all the frameworks. Now in each section, you can work with ChatGPT and you can say, okay, I'm using complete framework and this is my framework. And I want to create a lesson plan or something else using this framework. Can you tell me in each section, what do I need to write? Even if you use AI tools in this way, they will be working great. Reason being, you are not asking any random vague question. You are giving them direction. So some of the things which we are focusing today, you have to give direction to LLM. Think of it as a very knowledgeful person, but if you do not give or ask a right question, it will not give the correct or right or better answer. So these framework are for us and for AI to be in a better path for whatever task we are going to create. But do not take it as a plus v ka whole square is equal to a square plus v square plus 2ab. So that you do not need to be as the direct formula. You enhance it, use it, delete it, update it based on your individual requirement. And again, what I will do for this also, better than using normal chat GPT, you can create a custom GPT. Oh, it logged me out. One second, it is getting loaded. Okay, so we can create custom GPTs, and I'm also seeing one question where the question is like live demonstration of AI tools, where we are creating lesson planning, assessment generator, content creation tools, etc. Step-by-step guides on how to use these tools in classroom setting, hands-on practical opportunities, real classroom use cases and example. Okay, so I'll come to it. Let me just finish this custom GPT wala part. Okay, so rather than talking to Chat GPT and writing prompts again and again, what you can do, you can simply use this format and you can go to custom GPT. You can create new custom GPT. Oh, maybe I have an image. Anyways, so you can create custom GPT and the earlier we had created custom GPT, same way you have to create. You have to go to custom GPT and in instruction, if you just put this information, it will start creating. Where is my last custom GPT? Okay, so I will not able to create it because it seems there is some limitation on custom GPT, but the concept is same. The way we had created for lesson planner, you can give this instruction and custom GPT will create, and then you can ask it any question or give it very vague information also. It will create the in that format only. So I can just show and I can just quickly run it. Yeah, so once you create custom GPT, the thing would be you no need to specify every time what format you want to use. You can create one custom GPT per format and it will run it and it will create the data. Now I will go back to the question and I will first try to answer that question. So if you want to create, for example, lesson planning, number one thing first I would suggest, because every lesson planning, I'm not too much expert over there. It may be subjective. You want to have some section, you do not want to have some section. So whatever AI tools you will use, you will have to go through them, means whatever they are giving to you. So number one, whatever for template format I have given, or I will share the document with you, you can try to create a custom GPT, right? Yes, I will send all the documents. Second, if you ask me tool, this Magic School is very famous, and you can come here. Right. So this we had earlier rules. So you can go to teachers tool. You can search for lesson planner, or I'll try to do quizzes also. You can search over here. It will give you. Now what you will have to do, give the data in this format only, right? So they are asking what is the grade level. So you can select, maybe, I don't know what are these years. You can give topic, standard, or objective. As usual, I was well prepared for these also. So let me take this and copy paste it, but you can write it on your own. So I did not wanted to waste time. So I have these pre-written. And you can put it over here if you want to give some more information using some local files. Even they have prompt assistant. If you click it here, prompt assistant simply mean they will help you in writing a better prompt, right? So if you ask it to update the prompt, it will basically update the prompt, right? And standard set to align to this, I am not too much aware of, but I think there are some standards which we need to be aligned to. You can give those information over here. And once you click generate, it will generate the lesson plan. So this is one of the tool. Second tool which we are building, so we will share with you guys also. We are building with Puri Technologies. So because we go to a lot of universities, we are getting some proper feedback. Still, this may not be as per you, but at least it will give you some idea. So what lesson plan you want to create, description. I think grade level I have to add. For now, we don't have university level grade level. This we can add. Then in a lesson plan, we have given this option. But if you think some of these options are wrong, or if you need some more options, if you can send me email, I'll share all the details about me and I can update this tool, and this tool will create your lesson plan. There may be other tools in the market. We can simply search it, lesson planner tool. Definitely you will get lots of tool, right? And then you can use those tool, and whichever tool is like looks is aligned to what you are trying to build, you can do it. Or else the best option, if you do not get any tool which is doing as per you, create a custom GPT. I think that is the easiest one. You can do a lot of customization also. For quiz generation, so these tool also give you option. You can come here, you can search for quizzes. Multiple choice. So they have, I think let's go with multiple choice. And they are asking grade level. Grade level, I don't know. Let's go for. Then whatever topic or standard text you want to create, or if you want to put it from any files. So let us put something. Okay, so let's just copy paste it, and I can give it here. And you can also upload the file, and then again standard whatever you want to align to, you can generate. Okay, so this given you this kind of question, and these are the right answer. But again, if you want in some other format, you will have to do it. And also, as I told you, go to custom GPT, and you can create a custom GPT just for generating this quiz, and it will do a better job. Or maybe there may be some other tool which are doing job as per you. So I can show you one more tool. So in our next school AI also I have a quiz flow. I can do text content or even I can upload file. So for now, I'll go with text content. I can ask how many quizzes I need. So maybe 10. We have option over here, multiple choice or true false. We can select the difficulty distribution. 30% will be easy, 50% medium, 20% hard. If you want to show correct answer or never show correct answer, show after quiz deadline. So all these things you can set. Let's have true false also. Maybe I will just name it test quiz. So it will generate. So I will go to my quizzes. So it generated 8 quizzes over here. If I come here, yeah, so there will be a, I can expand it. It will show you the questions. What are the answers also it will show you. And what more we can do? We can publish the quiz and it will give us link and I can go to this quiz and I can fill my name. Email is optional. And I can give my answers over here. Okay, so it will also give me answer. And at the same time, if I come here, the submissions, I can check the submissions. So if you see this one was submitted by me, I got 25% answer. I can check who has submitted. So this tool we are building, I think this is a very good tool. My experience only, we have built this tool. I can share with you guys. You can try it, and if you need some changes over here, we can do that too. So this tool is like end-to-end solution where you can create quiz based on any file, based on any content, number of question, difficulty level. You can even set deadline. You can directly share the link. Students can take the test, and you will see in this submission section whatever they have done, right? And there are few more things which will I will show you maybe day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I have one more session. So I have a grade flow. So where you can basically do grading from AI tool. So you can create assignment, any kind of assignment. It will automatically generate. But I do not want to to digress from what I am currently teaching. But yes, there are some tools which you can directly use to create quizzes, lesson planning, and this is for uh, assignment. So you can create assignment. It will auto generate grading rubric criteria. It will auto generate. You can share the assignment. Students can submit handwritten assignment or PDF assignment or any assignment. AI does all the grading at the one level. And then at the second level, you can also override the AI, whatever it has graded. So if I show you some past, so I did not have written some good answer, but in this tool, all the assignment, you will get what was the AI feedback. AI will give the detailed analysis. It will also give the suggestion or improvement. So what I am trying to convey over here, so this is one tool which we are building. There might be some other tools in the market also. We can try to figure out more tools and pass it to you, but you will have to try it, and whichever tools works for you, you can use it, right? And if you can give us some suggestion, we are already working with some other universities. Based on requirement also, we can build something quickly which you can use it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can we see one example? If student written with handwritten, how it will grade? Because of all multiple choice questions, it's okay. Automatically, it will evaluate. But even fill in the blanks, whatever the tools are available, no, they are not giving exact answers. But written material, how it will be evaluated? Can we check, sir? Have we checked, sir? Any?
So I have checked it. I think currently it is not available. I think it will be in my development environment. What I can do, right? I have a session day after tomorrow also. I will
Okay,
create one assignment and I will submit a handwritten, and you can also submit at that time. The way these tools are working, I can tell you the internals because we are only developing these tools. Handwritten, sometimes it will not do a better job. Reason being, some of the students' handwriting will not be good, and when they take the picture of it, the quality will not be good. And when AI tries to read from those scanned documents or images document, sometimes it may not recognize those character because as a product developer, we are not building the basic building block, which is basically OCR. It is called OCR, optical character recognition. We are not building those technologies. OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, Mistral, they all give us API where we can send any document and it gives us the extracted content over there. So yes, possibilities are there where maybe 10-20% of the time it will not extract the content correctly. Reason can be many folds. The handwriting is not very good. The photo which they have taken or whatever scanned is not in a good quality, maybe low lighting, maybe blackish or something. But I will show you what we do it over here. We show you image as well as the content. So you can basically as a human see whether this AI extracted the correct content or not. But I can show you day after tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Even in the fill in the blanks, when we type the words also, that is not matching. Only exact word type, then only it is matching. Even 50% because when we are filling the blank, generally as a teachers, we know the correct answers. When we feel the correct, we used to give. But in this AI, if you type exact keyword, then only it is giving. Have you encountered, sir, any such type of thing?
Yes, yes. These are the things which happens in really production grade AI applications. So I have worked on many applications. This is not problem of like in this where you are filling in the blanks. In
Okay,
many
sir.
situations, this is the problem. This
Okay,
is
sir.
called semantic matching, right?
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
semantic matching simply means the words may be different, but the meaning is same. So
Yes, sir.
king's
Yes, sir.
daughter, right? King's
Yeah,
daughter,
yeah.
I think princess. So if the
Okay.
answer is king's daughter or princess, both are same, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
how this has to be handled, AI can handle this thing. Only thing would be when we are developing the AI product, all these edge case scenario, we have to tell the AI. So in the prompting or in the tool development logic, we will write
Mhm.
not only check as it is answer, because somewhere there will be answer and it will be comparing. They can also do the semantic matching. And based on semantic matching, they can tell, okay, 80% is correct or 100% correct. It is possible. And if you
Oh,
want, we can quickly build it for you.
okay, sir. Sir, if possible, in tomorrow's session, kindly address these two questions, if possible.
I will
One
try
is
to build
written.
some
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
quick
yeah.
tool. Yeah, I will try
Yes,
that. Yeah, sure.
yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Yeah, there are many tools to help AI. The only thing which I told you, AI is just an helper, AI is just an tool, but the real expertise is with you or with us as a human. So whenever building any tool, based on the user feedback, who is expert already in doing those things, they only can tell us, okay, this tool is not doing good and this we have to improve like this. In real industry world scenario, these are common things because we create a lot of chatbot, a lot of agents. And for example, I have a coffee shop, right? I have some brand of coffee or something. If somebody is asking in some different format, but they meant coffee or something, these AI tools can handle it. Only thing is like you have to train it, sometime fine tune it based on your specific use case. But these are doable. Okay, so we went through at least some of the tool, and I will show you assignment creation and everything. I think I have a uh, day after tomorrow, fourth day, where I think the topics were related to assignment or something. So I will go there. So today I have to cover few more things. I will cover it, and meanwhile keep on asking question. Okay. And Bloom's taxonomy, you know better than me. I just created this slide over here. I will not bore you. So there are different levels of, I think, Bloom's taxonomy. I'm not too much very aware. I just recently studied for this lecture. But it seems there are many levels. So L1 is for remembering, L2 for understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. So for this one also, we can create the lesson plan or something. And for this one, I have a level prompting framework. So initially, as I am trying to enforce you, you have to use it. It's like A, B, C, D, A for Apple, words blocks. You may or may not use it. If you can prompt it better than this, feel free to do that. But if you are just starting in Gen AI area, most of the time where people are struggling, they are not able to use this tool very usefully. These tools are very, very powerful. And believe me, when I say in last 1 month, these tools have done wonders. The things which I was able to do, for example, 5 years ago, these tools were not able to do at that time. Then suddenly, 3 months ago, these tools started doing something. So they were able to think like me, they were able to code like me, they were able to create end-to-end product development, but they were not very good. But I don't know what happened in last 1 month. OpenAI released one LLM, I think 5.2 codex or something, and at the same time, Claude Anthropic released Opus 4.6 in recently last week. Now these tools are somewhere better than me. If I ask it very vague question, also it is able to do it. With the time, this tool will improve, but for now, whenever you are trying to do any specific task, we should use our human knowledge to use it, as well as we have to review it, because AI tools are always biased also, right? So if I give you one example, I don't know currently AI tools are biased or not. If I say somebody is doctor, most of the time we think he is a doctor, right? So this is called bias. AI tools, because they were trained on our data, and humans are no doubt we are biased. No matter how hard we try, we are biased. So same thing went to AI's knowledge base. So certain safeguards or guardrails have been put by these LLM developing companies. So that is the reason when they train any model, for example, they train it today, they will not release tomorrow in the market. They will check how LLM is behaving on ethical and bias scenario. Ethical in the sense, if somebody asks, I want to do suicide, can you give me the steps, right? So in today's AI will not give it. You can try to break it, and some of the people are very good in prompting and they can break it. How to make drugs, how to break the house, how to steal, and all those things. But normally we people, we cannot break it, right? But even then, even if it is your task, you have to perform well using AI. You have to do a better prompting. There is no other way. So for this Bloom's taxonomy level, I have created this format. So I will not bore you too much. I'll just share the data. This is a basic framework which we'll do. So here we specify the level is generate question or activities at specified Bloom's level. So Bloom's level are these. So based on this, you can write at what level you want to create. You can give example requirements. And then there is vertical alignment, ensure questions show progression from basic understanding to higher order thinking, engaging context, and these things will help you. I will suggest you try to create on your own without using in this prompting framework. Same chat GPT, then use this prompting framework to do the same task. Then only you will understand the importance of these things which we are currently trying to do. Only thing I always tell to people, do not take it as is on a face value. If you think some of the things are not working, do not use it, but you have to start from somewhere, right? So we will just run one prompt over here. So this will now generate based on Bloom's taxonomy aligned whatever instruction design we have done, and it will be much better than normally if we try to create it. Only thing would be now you have to refine it. The prompts which I have given over here, not to overwhelm things. They are simple prompt to start with, but are they like perfect? No. So you have to start using it in case in whatever level or whatever step you think it did not give you correct result. Because as a human, we know what kind of output we need. Then it's a iterative prompting. You can ask it, okay, correct this thing, you correct this thing. Once you reach at a certain level where you feel output is good, you go and create custom GPT so that again and again you do not have to prompt it like that. Okay, so can we get any soft copy material for things? Yeah, I will share all the documents. I just created for this session only. So I will share PPTs as well as all these 4 documents which I had created for myself, but you can also use it. So I think this you can read it. I'll share to you what are different level, what you ask to AI for each kind of level, and what kind of output AI will generate based on the Bloom's level we are asking AI to generate. These are just quick. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, methods for avoiding hallucination.
Yeah, okay. We can talk about hallucination. So, number one thing is nowadays these tools hallucinate less. Tick. Second thing, what you can do for everything, you can ask it for reference. So, for example, if I ask it, I don't know, what are key topics in quantum physics? Also present me citation or reference from where you got this data. So even if you start very simple and you ask it for all the references, it will start giving you all the data and from where it got. So if you say for each line it gave me, okay, it gave from this. Now manually you can see, okay, so yeah, so this website, now it's a human, right? In the problem with web is like anybody can create some pages and put to website in the internet. Now it is available to everybody. How reliable are they? It is our responsibility if we are generating any content. So if it is a very trivial task, like I don't think they will hallucinate on any subject specific teaching nowadays, right? They will be giving good, this LLM will be giving good result only. But if it is very specific research oriented task, if you are doing some patent or doing some research, writing book, these kind of very high priority kind of task, then yes, manually you will have to see it. You can use AI help, you can give you reference for each and everything, and then you have to check it manually.
Sir, I have used this asking you references for each and everything. But there was a situation when I was trying for a C language macro. The particular syntax, it came with an artificial hallucinated text, but it was actually never existing. And even if I asked for references, it was throwing up somewhere or other, something like that. So, other than asking references, is there any method or any trick to avoid this hallucination?
Yes, the second trick is RAG, right? RAG, which we say, RAG simply means retrieval augmented generation. So if I come here, Notebook LM is the best example, right? So it will always give you answer based on these documents, right? So now for your problem, if you are doing some coding and you are right, some of the time these tools will create some libraries. Even we have faced this kind of situation. So only thing, there are a couple of things which you can do. Let me see if I can open some uh, tool over here. I think I uninstalled. Okay, I do not have those Claude Code or Cursor installed, but nowadays in those tools, right, there is a one section where you can upload the documentation or you can give the link of the documentation. So you can, maybe I will be ready with day after tomorrow. So you can tell it there if you are doing some Python. These are the Python related documentation. If you are using some libraries, use from only these libraries. So you can restrict AI. So the way you can use AI better, you restrict it. Otherwise, it will go everywhere. So if you are developing any program, right, in the prompt itself, you write, use the latest library of these things, do a thorough web search to figure out if these are the correct libraries or and not the hallucinated one which you are creating. Even writing these 2-3 lines, today's AI tools will handle. This is one way. Second, as I told you, if you are writing in some code editor like Cursor or Windsor or Claude Code, they nowadays have a section where you can define the document section. And for example, you are writing some very specific application for 3D mapping something. And for 3D mapping, there is very good library 3D.js or something, right? So in documentation, you can upload 3D.js documents URL. And when you are asking AI to write the code, you can ask it only use 3D.js. The document link is provided to you. So it will do from there.
Thank you.
And if you want to do it programmatically, which we normally do, there are other ways also. So you can create an agent. So for example, if it's a chatbot which you have put in your university website, it can be some other agent which is buying things on behalf of you. It can be some other agent which is doing research or whatever. Uh, in those agent, you can have some final steps as and when output is generated. You can again run one agent for hallucination check. This is what in industrial project we do. Even when output is generated, the output is again sent back to some LLM with the questions, with the answers, with all the references which were used to generate that answer. And LLM as a judge is very good. Means you can think again, you can think like it can go in cycle. What if the next LLM hallucinate, right? So there is no right and wrong answer over here. You can use LLM as a judge at many places. And these LLMs, if you not train it, if you can write the code so that either they will use RAG or they will use web search to figure out whether answers was hallucinated or not, 90 to 100% of the time hallucination will be gone. But yes, you have to put some guardrails and create extra processes for doing these hallucination checks. Okay, so these are some Bloom AI quick references. You can read it on your own time. So there is one more topic I was assigned, and feel free to ask questions. So I'll try to cover at least whatever is assigned to me, give you tools example, whatever I know. And if there are some question I cannot answer, I'll come back and I can give answer offline. Okay, so now personalized training is in very much scope using AI. And this is the problem we all faced. In every class, there will be some students who are like topper. They know most of the things. They do pre-study, and when they come in class, they will be knowing most of the things. And there will be always be some who knows nothing. So they may know something very vaguely. And every student or every user or every human has a different way of learning. Some of the people like video learning, some of the people like reading. For example, I like to read. I do not want to waste my time for learning one thing for 30 minutes video. But I have my friends who like to see a 30-minute video where it will only explain 3 or 4 page something which you can easily read within 10 minutes. But they will go for 30 minutes because it is their nature. As a human, we have went through so much accommodation, like we all have our own positive and negative cases. Same for students or any learner, they have a different way of learning. Their way of expertise is different. So if I am explaining quantum physics to a 5-year student or to a 10th class or a university grade student, I have to tell it in a different way. But as a human, probably I may not be able to rightly say it or create all kinds of explanation based on the level of the students or something. Here, AI can very easily help. You just have to simplify. So you can say, I have these many students. They do not understand topic very well, and you already know them. So you can create prompting for them, like create on a basic level with more example, maybe with some links for YouTube video or some other video, a visual hierarchy. So it will help them understand better. And for the students who already know many things, you can create prompt with some maybe mathematical explanation and all those things. This you know better than me. But based on your student group or based on your students' judgment, nowadays AI tool can very easily help us to create personalized and differentiated learning. So whoever is struggling, you can use simple language, basic analogies, step by step. So when I give training, so I give a lot of training. When I, for example, if I am going to give a training for 6th year semester students who do not have Gen AI knowledge, so I go very slow. I just try to make sure they understand the concept. Not if they are not able to use it very properly, it is all right. That will come as a second step. So I will focus more on conceptually explaining things, giving some examples, some more video links so that they can learn better. But if there are some advanced user which already know those things, what I do, I create a separate project one pager for them. So I tell to them, okay, if you already know this thing, take this one pager and do develop this application. So this way they will not also get bored. But I will not give that one pager to create that application to a struggling student. So AI can help you in all this scenario. You can use it in your prompting technique also. You can create those things. Okay. Then there is activity based and experimental learning. Again, these things can be covered by prompting. Now, if you ask me, are there tool to do this? There might be some tool, but they may not be very effective based on what kind of activities or what kind of specific learning you want to create for your students, because there are so many subjects, so many branches and etc. For I would suggest start only using AI. Maybe I think Gemini will be better for all these kind of scenario. Start with very simple prompt and then refine it and then get feedback. So give it to students, see what they feel. If they feel it is something they are able to understand. If not, for example, struggling students say still they do not get it, they are not able to understand, then again go back to AI, take your past prompt and say that I have gotten the feedback, but can you make it more memorable or can you make it more simpler? So these kind of things, it will come from iterative prompting. And you can create different kind of activity based educational, like think, pair, hands-on coding, quiz, poll, group discussion, real world problem, and based on you decide where the student fall. Based on that, you can create different kind of content. Okay, so these are just some example. I will not bore you with these things. If you have any question, you can ask me. But these are just example. You have to just start using it. You can do better than what probably I am writing over here because you are subject matter expert on whatever task you are doing. I am just expert in Gen AI area. So this one you can just read it. So this is a simple again prompt template. Design this minute hands-on something group activity for learning this topic. You can include realistic scenario from industry, step-by-step student task, Alana Falana, group of 3-4 student, branch engineering years. So if you create from these kind of prompts, it will give you proper output. And if you want, we can try one. I have not too much tried this thing. Design maybe 30-minute hands-on group activities for learning Gen AI. So what I'm trying to say, even if you write a simple and ask it group activity for learning Gen AI, it will create something. But if you give it specific directions, it will go in a proper way. Branch. And if I say something like which are like mechanical, and if I say year, for example, let's say first year. So based on this only, it will create some content. And this will be better than which we try to create it, writing some prompt, vague prompt or not giving too much information. So if I share with you, just start using this one and it will give you at least starting point from where you can enhance it. Okay, with key takeaways, I will end this session and open for questions. And also I'll give you some tools. I think I have some time which I can leverage. I'll give you some more tool information, but I will ask you, well, I will encourage you to ask me more questions. So key takeaways from today's class, AI is a tool. It's not a replacement. We have to take it out from our mind. It can replace us. As a subject matter expert, you are the subject matter expert. There are so many ifs and buts when we are doing anything in our life, like even teaching, which AI cannot understand. Even though it knows more than us, but it cannot understand those all combination students, college, demography, and all those things, which you knows better than AI. You just have to start using AI. Already we discussed Bloom's level on demand using some level framework. Quality in, quality out. So if you do not write a good prompt, if you do not use it in a good way, it will not give you right kind of quality. Also, we have seen for every student, for every level, we can create different kind of prompting and we can create different kind of learning environment. The one good thing I think with today's AI, these things are very simple. Initially, when I was studying, there was only, for example, for networking, you have to read this book. Probably there were 2-3 books, but they will say, okay, only read these 2-3 books. Some of the time I was not able to understand maybe English, maybe the way those authors were explaining. But nowadays with the AI help, you can create based on students like level or maybe our level. So these things are very good using AI. OBE plus AI, which we already saw. And last thing, start small, start now. You have to start somewhere. Even if you, when I share you these documents, you start with only those templates and whatever task you are doing. You can just start putting some information over there. You will see slowly, maybe in a couple of weeks or 1 month, you will be able to create your own kind of prompts or custom GPTs, even tools. So I'll share some tools, but you can also Google it and find out some tools. Most of these tools give you some free uses, so you can try it out and then they will be paid. So nothing is free here, but at least you can try it out. If you have any question, you can ask me. I just want to show you a couple of more tools, then we can end this session, at least from my side. Okay, so number one, I will just revise. We saw Magic School. It's a good tool for lesson planning, quiz generation, but again, this will have its own limitation. But if in your scenario, if this tool helps, use it, and if you can even search it if there are some other tool which are as per you. I showed you this next school AI. This is like Puri Technology is developing this tool, and it is more aligned to Indian universities and colleges because we are visiting there. And based on user feedback, we are trying to create it. It's in beta format. You can use it. You can directly log in. I can give you email. You can log in. You can try to use it. You can give us feedback. And we can customize it based on your need also. Then we saw custom chat GPT, which are basically useful in case you want to create some reusable component. So even if you see, I have so many custom GPTs, software architect course, software architect GPTs, website generator, any kind of task you do, you can create a custom GPT and from there you can start. I can say something from my personal learning. Gen AI tool, you cannot use it very blindly saying, okay, I want to use Gen AI or AI tools in my day-to-day process. This will not happen. What you will have to do, we all have some job, right? We all are doing some job. Each job has some activity. You will have to write it down what activity you do. So you create lesson plan, you create quizzes, you do the grading of the student. I don't know, there will be many other tasks which you do. Then once that data is ready, you have to figure out what is the task which you can 100% automate. For example, in my case, if these are email generation, right? So my AI basically daily reads me emails, and at the end of the day or maybe early morning, it gives me one report. So you got these important emails, these replies you have to do, and these are the emails. So AI can help you in this area. So here you can fully automate it. So what you can do, you can reach it till level where you have to send the email. So you can ask it to draft it, but do not send it because you have to do some manual review for now. And then, for example, if it's a AI gradings, I will show you day after tomorrow. I already have created that kind of application. AI will do first level of grading. So you do not need to do too much grading initially. So because it can do very quickly, it will give you it will give you AI analysis, what it found the answer is good in and where the student can improve, and it will give its own rating, the numbers, grading, and then you can overwrite it. If you feel AI has not done well, you can overwrite it and you can release the grade. So those kind of tasks you have to figure out as your day-to-day job. What task are you doing? It can be very trivial, which can be 100% automated with Gen AI tools. It can be like a little bit human intervention is needed, or it can be fully human for now. So you should not try to automate those AI tasks which you think for now only human can do it. It will be time waste only. So that part you have to do it. And then you have to start using AI tool. Start with very simple AI tool, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. As we already discussed, for any general purpose, I use ChatGPT. You have to change the format of some text. You have to create table from some data. You have to summarize something, or you have some summarization. You want to create detailed document. All these tasks can go to ChatGPT. If those are little bit technical tasks, where you are architecting something, you want it to review your designs, technical designs, you want to code, those things you can go to Claude. Gemini will help you in your very specific task where human touch is needed. If you are preparing some interview, if you are preparing some specific content for a student, then you can go with Gemini. You can go to Notebook LM for any kind of research. This is very powerful tool. You can generate quizzes, mind map, reports, infographic, data table, flashcard. You can customize it. You can give the specific instruction. You can make it medium, hard, easy. So these are very good tool. So if you're teaching some subject, for example, some lesson, so you can create a lesson plan. Then you can give this lesson plan, upload it into Notebook LM, and then it can create slide deck which you can present to a student, or you can create flashcard, uh, and you can give it to students to study. You can create mind map, quizzes, all those things you can do it over here. Apart from that, let me quickly show you two more tools and then I will wind up. Perplexity AI, right? So Perplexity, when it came, I think 1.5 years ago or 1 year ago, it was very famous because what it was doing, it was replacing Google, uh, mainly web search with citation. So by default, Perplexity does web search. ChatGPT some of the time may not do web search, but Perplexity will do. So if I come here and I ChatGPT and I ask it very simple question, uh, what is, I don't know, uh, I don't know what is quantum physics something. So it already knows this thing. So if you see, it directly started answering. It did not do any web search. But if I go to Perplexity and I ask same question, right? So even for these kind of things, if you see researching something, so even for any question, it goes to web, and it does the web search. So if you feel like hallucination is an issue, or you want to be very sure what AI is writing, go with Perplexity, because no matter how trivial the question is, it will first do the web search. By default, in all answer, it will give you the link. Then you can validate. If you want to do the same with ChatGPT, you will have to ask it. So you can you give me reference URL you used for this answer? Right? So it will dig deeper, then it will basically do, if you see, it will doing the searching the web, and then it will give you line by line what link it used, right? And two, three things you can also do. As I told you, restrict your AI. So if already know, I do a lot of technical jobs, so I know the blogs from Google or IBM or maybe AWS. Their technical blogs will have much good or proper important things than any random people writing any blog. So when I am asking it the question, I can even write it, only give me answer from these three companies blog. So when you restrict it, so in your area also, if you know like operating system, some of the author have done it well or they know better, maybe any other topic, you can ask question, but at the same time you can write, give me answers only from these people or these links or these websites. It will honor your question. So this way you can use it better. Uh, Claude, I think I already told you this is good for mainly for technical things, but it is good for if you have very hard reasoning, and you will be amazed when you will use it. It can do very, very hard reasoning, which a normal human will be struggle to do. I will try to have some demo ready. I can show you maybe day after tomorrow. But think of any hard problem which you think only a human can do and AI cannot do. Do it to Claude, and you will be amazed with the result, the way it does the things. Next one is Gamma, right? I think you probably know about it. Most of the time we create presentation and all. So this Gamma tool is very specific. I think some of the trainer will cover in deep detail. So I will just give you some idea. So Gamma tool is for creating presentation. It has many options. Create from one liner prompt. So it means basically you can write one liner. Okay, create slides for quantum physics. It will generate end to end. If you have already created some content using AI or from book, or you have written it, you can give it the full text, it will create the slide. You can give it a template, even it can import from URL. It is very, I think it is very fabulous feature. You can, if you are reading some article, so you can take that URL and you can give it here and you can ask it to slides from that article and it will do it very quickly. So if I ask it, I don't know, operating system, fourth year, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so it will give you the slides which it is creating. You can update if you think these things are not good. You can update it. You can ask it. So it by default it has AI integrated. Somewhere it will be there, or maybe after generation it will ask you. But you can ask it. It gives you around 400 free credits, so it is worth trying. So I think per slide it takes 3 or 4 credits. So for 10 cards, 30 or 40 credits, but it is good for us to start. So you can use it for your slide creation or something. Yeah, I think I will pause here. Now you can ask me any question you want and I will answer. So Sweta, I am done what I was trying to cover here. I'll share all these slides and all the documents which I have, so you can share with the team and they can try it. If anybody has any question right now, I'm here. I'm here to answer all the questions. I have no time limits as such with me. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible. I hope no one is having questions.
Uh,
So,
okay. Yeah, you can ask any question you want. So what I was trying to cover, I covered these things and I'll share slides
okay.
also. I covered some tools over here. Uh, and then I'm open to questions. Yeah.
So one question we got, can you list again all the websites of for AI that you mentioned? One more
Okay.
question.
So what I will do, I will share here. So I will type it here and then I will share with them. Share with you, Shraddha. You can share, I think, with everyone.
Yes, sir, definitely. You share to me, I will give.
Okay. So I will copy paste and share.
That will be fine. Thank
Yes. And and everybody is new to Gen AI. Again, I think we have a couple of minutes. So everybody is new to Gen AI. It's hardly 2 years old technology. Probably it was very old, but in mainstream it came from November 2022 when ChatGPT 3 was launched as an application. They had already launched ChatGPT models using APIs, I think 1 year ago, but nobody was aware of it. It was in closed beta loop and very less people were knowing about it. But after November 2022, most of the people were using it. ChatGPT was the first application to gain, I think, 5 million user or 1 million user in 5 days. It was the fastest gaining user application because people were seeing what it can do. Uh, After that, it's been more than 3 years, and these tools have evolved a lot. Means you have to use it, then only you will understand how much task it can do. In my case, I do a lot of things. So Claude Code, I use it a lot. Claude Code can not only serve as an coding assistant, it can serve as an assistant. It can do things without coding, and you will be surprised how what these tools can do. You just give it any task. For example, if you have some research task, right? There are two ways to do the research. One, you can give it to Perplexity, or you can give it to ChatGPT, or you can go to any Gemini or something. And I hope you already know, but I can quickly show you. There is one option. If you come here, they have deep research, right? So in all these LLM, they have deep research, and what they do in deep research, they will take a lot of time. They will do web search, read the all the content from there, trying to make sense, and finally give you a report. So all these AI tools, they have deep research. And second, the way we as a human do, we open the website or any tool and then we type, okay, research something. Uh, Claude Code or these AI tools can do these things for you. They will open the browser. As a user, they will type the things what you normally do, and I can give you slight simple demo. So there is one extension from Claude, uh, just to show you how powerful these tools are. Okay. So I will just do anything. So for example, can you go to my LinkedIn, read my past posts, figure out my writing style, and give me new post for AI in education, right? So if I do it, it will start doing things. So it will ask me, it will show me plan. So I will approve the plan. So now it will navigate to LinkedIn because I am not signing in. It is trying to sign me in and I am doing nothing over here. So it signed me in. Okay, so I have to put this authenticator. 1 second. Let me see if I can. Okay, so it opened. Okay, so I just want. I think LinkedIn is a little bit slower right now. Okay, LinkedIn is slow. I'll do some other task, but what I wanted to show you, it will basically navigate on its own like a human does. So it will navigate in all my past chat. It will go through all those past chats. It will read it. It will understand what my writing style is, and then it will write out the new LinkedIn post, and it will be more or less how I write, right? So let me see. I think LinkedIn was slow. So this is as a human we do. So some of the time we only get confidence on these tools when we are able to see what so this tool is doing. So I do not have any control now. So whatever I told it to do, so the way I use it for lot of many things. So you have to start using it, and I go for some tea or do some other work. So I always have two laptops open with me. I work in one laptop, give AI some tasks, I go to another laptop, and these kind of things, it will just read my old past things and do. So you have to start using Gen AI tools. I wanted to just make sure you understand the power of Gen AI tools, which they are already outperforming most of the humans. Not all of the humans, for most of the humans, they are outperforming. That's it. I think that's what I wanted to show you. So any more questions? Okay, so if you see here, it read my old post, it found out my writing style, what is the length, what is the structure, what is tone, professional yet, and what is the language, engagement, and it has given me this. And, and you do the experiment, and then you will know more or less it will be same as you would have written. Probably your better things which you also don't know you are capable of doing those things. So AI tools will help you in enhance many things. It will help you save your time a lot, and you can devote your time in some other productive work, doing more research, probably enhancing whatever you are doing. And these trivial things you can pass to AI. Okay, Sweta ma'am, I will stop now. I'm
Yeah,
done.
I think I can conclude now, sir. Yeah.
Okay,
On
sure,
behalf
please.
of our, yes, sir, on behalf of our management and all participants, I sincerely thank you for your insightful and inspiring sessions, sir. We are grateful for your time and effort. Thank you so much.
No
It is
problem, my
very
pleasure.
helpful sessions.
Yeah, I hope I could teach you something. I'm not a I'm not a teacher as such. I'm a trainer. But feel free, you can even pass on my information. And if you want, you can send me offline questions also, because we are in this business. We want to help people. If I could answer you, I will definitely answer you.
Yes, sir, sure. Please share all the documents to me, sir, so,
Yes,
so that I can forward to participants. Yeah. Thank you,
sure,
sir.
I'll share
Thank
to
you.
you. No problem. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your
Have a good
valuable
day.
time.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, all the participants. Have a good day.